What if I told you that when crisis hits, having the best supplies won't save you? What if the very thing you think protects you is actually painting a massive target on your back? Right now, while you're watching this, are you making yourself visible to every desperate person in your neighborhood without even knowing it? Here's the brutal truth nobody wants to hear. When everything collapses and your neighbors haven't eaten in 3 days, they're not going to knock politely on your door. They're going to remember. They're going to remember that smell of bacon coming from your house at 7 a.m. They're going to remember seeing your lights on when everyone else sat in darkness. They're going to remember that your lawn looked perfect while theirs died. And then they're coming for what you have. Let me ask you something. Have you ever thought about what your house is telling everyone around you right now? Because it's speaking loudly. And when crisis comes, that conversation could get you robbed, attacked, or worse. The people who survive aren't the ones with the most supplies. They're the ones nobody notices. So stay with me because I'm going to show you exactly how to become invisible. Let's start with something you're probably doing wrong right now. Smell. You think I'm joking? Cooking smells travel 300 to 500 feet in the right conditions. Think about that. When was the last time you cooked bacon, grilled outside, made fresh coffee? Now imagine everyone around you hasn't had a real meal in days. What do you think happens when that smell hits their nostrils? During the siege of Sarajevo, you know what got people's homes marked by desperate neighbors? Cooking during daylight. That's it. The smell of food was enough to make you a target. So here's my question for you. When you're frying eggs tomorrow morning, who's smelling it? Your family, or everyone within 3 blocks who's starving? You need sealed cooking environments, instant pots with vents sealed, slow cookers with lids taped shut. And here's the part that's going to sound extreme but could save your life. Cook at 3 a.m., not dinner time, when everyone else is asleep and can't detect what you're doing. Does that sound paranoid? Maybe. But you know what's more paranoid? Having your door kicked in because someone smelled dinner cooking. No grills on the porch, no campfires in the backyard. Smoke travels even farther than smell and it's visible for blocks. When others are cold and hungry, smoke signals mean one thing. This person has fuel and food. Are you really willing to risk everything for a grilled burger? Switch to freeze-dried meals during the most dangerous weeks. Yes, they taste worse. But you know what they don't do? Advertise your stockpile to everyone around you. MREs eaten cold don't produce smell. Canned food at room temperature doesn't send signals to desperate neighbors. Which would you rather have? A hot meal or your supplies intact? And your trash. Are you really putting food packaging in outdoor bins where neighbors can see evidence of full meals they can't afford? When everyone's dumpster diving and yours shows chicken bones and empty pasta boxes, what do you think they're concluding about you? Store trash inside your home in sealed containers. Is convenience worth becoming a target? Now let's talk about light. When the grid goes down, what's your plan? Because if your house is the only one with lights on, you're visible from blocks away. Every neighbor, every desperate person walking past, every potential threat sees exactly which house still has power. Are you ready for that attention? Blackout curtains aren't enough. Light leaks through gaps, under doors, around edges. You need blackout curtains, plus thermal window covers, plus aluminum foil on the inside of windows. Layer them, because one leak from a single window compromises your entire home. Have you checked yours lately? Right now, stand up and look at your windows at night from outside. What do you see? Candlelight is visible from hundreds of feet away during blackouts. So what do you use instead? Red or amber lighting. It doesn't destroy your night vision and it's far less visible from outside. But here's the key. Keep lights away from windows entirely. Use them in interior rooms, hallways, bathrooms, anywhere without external visibility. Can you do that? Can you live in the center of your home when crisis hits? And if you have solar panels visible from the street, you've already told everyone you have electricity when they don't. What are you going to do about that? Cover them during crisis or accept that you're marked? Because those panels are screaming we have power to every person who walks past. Let me ask you something else. Do you have a generator? Because generators are audible from 200 to 400 feet. That's every house on your block plus several blocks in every direction. When you start that generator during a blackout, you're announcing your preparedness to every potential threat in range. Have you thought about that? If you absolutely must use a generator, you need a soundproof enclosure, insulated box, ventilation for exhaust, placed as far from your property line as possible, and run it during limited hours only. Early morning when ambient noise is higher, never at night when every sound carries. But here's the better option. Battery systems charged by solar. No noise, no fuel smell, no audible indicator that you have power when others don't. Which path are you choosing? Music, television, loud conversations. All of it travels. When everyone else is sitting in silent, dark houses trying to preserve resources, your house with music playing becomes the obvious outlier. You want to be invisible, but noise makes you visible. So what are you willing to give up? Entertainment or safety? Now here's where most people fail completely. Visual clues. Your house can't look comfortable when everyone else is struggling. So let me ask you, is your lawn manicured right now? Are your windows clean? Does your exterior look maintained while the neighborhood deteriorates? Because if yes, you're advertising that you have time, resources, and stability others lack. During economic collapse in Argentina, you know which houses got robbed first? The ones that looked too good. Clean windows, fresh paint, maintained landscaping. All indicators that someone inside has resources worth taking. The houses that survived looked exactly like everyone else's. Slightly run down, neglected, struggling. How does your house look right now? Would it survive that test? Let your landscaping go slightly unkempt. Not abandoned, that attracts squatters, but not manicured either. Grass a little overgrown, hedges not perfectly trimmed. You're maintaining just enough to indicate occupancy without indicating prosperity. Can you let go of that pride in your appearance? Remove visible signs of abundance, stacked supplies visible through windows, multiple vehicles, outdoor equipment, anything new or expensive. When neighbors are struggling, your visible comfort becomes their resentment. What can people see through your windows right now? What assumptions are they making about you? Don't be the cleanest house on the block. Don't be the house with Christmas lights during blackout. Don't be the house with a green lawn during drought while everyone else's is dead. Blend. Disappear. Be average. Are you willing to do that? Park vehicles in garages out of sight. Multiple cars visible suggests multiple working adults with resources. One older vehicle says barely getting by, just like everyone else. What's sitting in your driveway right now telling your neighbors? Keep your exterior consistent with neighborhood decline. If everyone's paint is peeling, yours should too. Match the aesthetic of struggle. Now let's talk about security. Because visible security and actual security are completely different things. Visible security tells everyone you have something worth protecting. Hidden security actually protects you. Which one do you have? Cameras should be discreet. Modern systems use tiny cameras that blend into doorbell housings or light fixtures. Visible cameras say I'm watching because I have valuables. Hidden cameras provide actual security without advertisement. What's your camera setup telling people right now? Reinforced doors and locks are invisible security. Upgraded strike plates, longer screws and hinges, security bars on the interior. None of that is visible from outside. Your door looks normal, but resists forced entry. That's how you want everything. secretly hardened. Have you done this? Avoid barbed wire, chain link with razor wire, bars on windows. Those features tell everyone you're prepared and paranoid, which means you probably have supplies worth raiding. Desperate people see fortification as confirmation of resources. Here's the layer most preppers completely ignore: social camouflage. Your social presentation determines whether neighbors view you as ally or threat when crisis hits. So let me ask you directly, have you bragged about prepping to neighbors, co-workers, family you don't completely trust? Because every person who knows you prepared is a person who will remember when they're desperate. Operational security means shutting up about preparation entirely. Can you do that? Can you keep your mouth closed about what you have? Because if you can't, you've already failed before crisis even starts. Act like you're struggling like everyone else. When neighbors complain about shortages, agree. When they talk about hardship, commiserate. Never let on that you're comfortable while they're suffering. Perception of shared struggle builds trust. Perception of comfort builds resentment. Which one are you creating right now? If neighbors ask directly if you have supplies, the answer is always, "I wish, we're barely getting by." Then redirect. Give them something else to focus on. Never confirm abundance. Can you lie convincingly enough to survive? Here's an advanced strategy: decoys. Keep a small amount of visible, low-value supplies in an obvious location. Kitchen pantry with some canned goods, a case of water bottles, maybe some rice and beans. Nothing that makes you look wealthy, but enough that someone searching finds something. The psychology behind this is brilliant. People who find something often stop searching. If they kick in your door and find a week's worth of food in the kitchen, they take it and leave. They don't keep searching for the 3-month stockpile hidden in a false wall in the basement. Do you have decoys in place? Hide the real stash where only you can access it. False walls, buried containers, hidden compartments, off-site storage. Your actual survival supplies should be invisible even to someone doing a thorough search of your home. Where's your real stockpile right now? Create the illusion of strength. Oversized men's work boots, size 12 to 14, placed visibly by your front door. Worn, muddy, scuffed up. They suggest a large, physically capable man lives there. Even if you're a single woman living alone, those boots create doubt in potential threats. Large dog bowls with water, maybe a chewed toy nearby. Nobody wants to face a 90-pound dog when breaking into a home. This works even if you don't have a dog. The perception of protection is sometimes as good as actual protection. Your home should be completely unremarkable. When someone walks past, they shouldn't remember it 5 minutes later. No flags, political signs, religious symbols. During crisis, these become reasons for people to rationalize taking your resources. What's on your property right now that makes you memorable? Average in every visible way. Average car, average exterior, average everything. The moment you're above or below average, you're memorable. And memorable is dangerous. Are you average enough to survive? Here's your test right now. If someone walked past your house during a blackout, would they think you're doing better than them? If yes, you failed. If they notice lights, hear noise, smell food, see maintained appearance, you're a target. If the answer's no, if your house looks dark, quiet, neglected, struggling just like theirs, you've succeeded. You're invisible. The goal is looking like you're barely surviving while actually thriving inside 4 walls that reveal nothing. That's how you protect resources during collapse. Not with guns and fortifications, with invisibility, with becoming so unremarkable that nobody even considers you as a potential source of supplies. Can you achieve that? Can you become a ghost in your own neighborhood while keeping everything you've prepared intact? Because when everything falls apart and your neighbors are desperate, The prepared people who survive won't be the ones who look prepared. They'll be the ones nobody notices, the ones who blend in, the ones who kept their comfort invisible while everyone else's desperation was obvious. Which one are you going to be? The target or the survivor? The house that gets raided in the first week or the house that nobody remembers exists? The choice is yours, but you need to make it now before it's too late. What's the first thing you're going to change about your house to make yourself less visible? Don't wait. Start now.